Thanks for joining me for this unboxing, installation and review. This time it's of the Diamond Drums 14-inch fast fit 3D printed trigger system. Like the Drumit system that I installed in the last video, this is a drop-in all-in-one trigger system that sits on the bearing edge of the drum and just drops in. For this A2E build, I'm using a brand new drum this time. It's a 14-inch birch snare drum from Rech drums here in Australia. It was pretty cheap, but the hardware and the depth of the shell actually make it feel quite solid, so it's perfect for an A2E conversion. I'll tag Rech drums in the description below. So let's do our unboxing of the trigger. Dave, who makes these in his workshop in Stoke-on-Trent in the UK, was also kind enough to send me one of his 3-ply mesh heads to try out, apparently an unreleased model. The package here took a little bit longer to get here to Australia than the Drumit one all up, but it was probably around 2.5 weeks from order to arrival, so pretty fast. As you'll see, the base of the system here is 3D printed, it's like plastic, unlike the Drumit fast fit trigger, which is made from metal, obviously. And I must admit that I was worried that it wouldn't be as robust as the Drumit one, but honestly it's really well made, with thick plastic, and overall it has a really nice weight to it. Originally I'd planned to put a fresh 13-inch 2-ply Efnote drum head on the batter side of this new A2E build because, you know, I wanted to match the rest of my Efnote drums, right? But the Diamond Drums 3-ply mesh head here actually feels so nice, really like heavy, and it's going to feel fantastic. So I'm going to install that one and review that too as part of this overall video. Like with any A2E conversion, it's now time to remove the acoustic heads and the hardware. The snare strainer has to go. I thought for a second whether or not to keep it, you know, because it kind of looks cool, like the actual throw-off, but I chose to remove it here, and I kind of regret it now because now it leaves 2 big holes, which you'll see in a moment. I might rewrap the shell at a later date, which will cover it up. I want to install the 1/4-inch jack socket into the vent hole, so I'm going to have to remove the vent plug in a moment. In this drum it just unscrews, and just using some heavy-duty pliers will get it out pretty easily. In some drums, the vent hole will be an actual fixed metal thingy, plug thing, which you might need to, you know, use a drill to drill out. So I must say it feels really nice, and comes with a mini jack and a 1/4-inch cable already in the package, unlike the Drumit one, just saying. And it has a little clamp that you could use if you wanted to actually mount the jack socket on the outside of the drum. But in this case, we're going to do it inside. So we're going to thread our mini jack through the vent hole as usual, and the little jack attaches to the shell by the tightening nut that is provided. So in a moment we will position the trigger system on the bearing edge. It drops in beautifully. We're going to have to plug the mini jack into the mini jack port on the trigger system itself and drop it into the drum, and it fits beautifully. Figuring out here which way to orient it, but the cool thing about this trigger system is you can just put it wherever you want. I think it looks really cool. And now, of course, I'm choosing whether to use the Efnote head as the bottom side resonant head, or the batter head, and of course I've chosen the Diamond Drums 3-ply on the batter side. It's going to feel more realistic, and as a general rule, the more pliers equal a better playing experience, if you don't already know that, in terms of mesh heads. So, and I also kind of like that this head is more opaque. Looks pretty cool, huh? But hey, it's me again from the future. I actually started playing it and was loving it. Feels fantastic, but there were a couple of problems. One is that the 1/4-inch jack was loose, so I'm opening it up to tighten it again. And the second was that we didn't have any cross stick. On my Efnote and 2-box modules, there actually isn't any kind of cross stick detection, so we're going to have to come up with a solution. So I popped this Roland BT1 on the lug opposite to the jack, so I've now got a cross stick trigger. I was using that BT1 as kind of like a tambourine trigger on the left side of my hi-hat, so I'm going to have to come up with a tambourine trigger alternative. So if you guys have any ideas for alternatives, please let me know in the comments, or maybe we'll just build something together from scratch on this channel. Okay, time for some playing of the A2E conversion of the Diamond Drum 14-inch multi-point drop-in trigger. Okay, review time. What can I say about this trigger? I've been playing it for about a week now, and it is, in my view, honestly, bar none, the best aftermarket trigger I've played in my 20 plus years of eDrumming. It's damn sensitive and it sounds fantastic, feels great, triggers excellently. I think it's great value for money as well, and it's super simple to use. Dave's 3-ply mesh head, of course, feels acoustic-like and really fun to play on. Well worth a look, I highly recommend it. Please like and subscribe if you'd like to see more A to E conversions, trigger reviews, and much more on eDrums.